Hey, how about you bitches?
Please like and comment on this video and subscribe to the AWF network here on YouTube for more AWF and CCWO content. And don't forget to hit that fucking bell for notifications anytime content is posted.
A little bedlam till I'm coming undone. When am I gonna get some? A little mayhem never hurt anyone. Am I gonna get some? Get some, get some. A little bedlam till I'm coming undone. Am I gonna get some? Get some, get some.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Superstar Mayhem. This is the final stop before Meltdown, where the World Heavyweight Championship will be decided in an Elimination Chamber match. Also, we will find out John Blacko's decision, which champion will he challenge. But those are questions for Meltdown. Tonight, we got a stacked card for you folks. Tonight we're going to see Alex James go one-on-one with Kevin Wunderman. Also, we're going to see, in our main event, Ben Hopkins defend the CAW All Stars World Heavyweight Championship against AWF's Internet Champion, Jay Krack of the Dynasty. Ben's been waiting for this since the Royal Rumble. Also tonight, we're going to see JMI go one-on-one against Evan Rockville in a CyberSlam rematch. And also tonight we will find out the next inductee to the AWF Hall of Fame. It's a big one, folks. A lot of rumors. You're going to want to stay tuned for that. But folks, we're going to be kicking things off tonight with the former World Heavyweight Champion, a man who's got a lot on his mind, that being AJ Young. AJ Young, who won the World Heavyweight Championship back at Glory Days 4, held that title for months and months and months, the longest reigning champion in AWF history. But his reign came to an end at the Royal Rumble by the hands of the Punisher, Fisk. Ever since then, AJ Young has been down a very bad path. You can make a solid case for Superstar of the Season for AJ Young, but these past few weeks have been anything but. Not only did he lose the World Heavyweight Championship to Fisk at the Royal Rumble, he then tried to enter the Royal Rumble match, was unsuccessful in that, being eliminated by a returning Ben Hitman. Ben Hitman, who's been going after AJ Young since coming back, because AJ Young's the one who put him on the shelf. Dropped him on that exposed turnbuckle. AJ Young in a foul mood says he's going to address the competitors in the Elimination Chamber match. So let's hear it.
It's no secret that since the Rumble, things just haven't gone my way. It's no secret that since the Rumble, I have been a punching bag. It's no secret that despite all the hard work that I've put in to making Superstar Mayhem the A show, carrying this show on my back for 10 years, I continue to be disrespected, attacked, victimized, minimized. I continue to not get the credit that I deserve. for making Superstar Mayhem, for making AWF what it is today. 10 years strong, the AWF is enjoying more success, more views, more subscribers, every metric you can ever imagine. Numbers are going through the roof because of me. And Luke Andrews chooses willfully to ignore all of that, not only by denying me my one-on-one rematch against Fisk, but instead putting me in a chamber match. A chamber match against not one, but 5 other men. One of whom being Ben Hitman, who, I don't know if you all remember, but the last time that Ben Hitman had a world championship opportunity, he squandered it not only for himself, but for me. Ben Hitman, out of hatred, out of jealousy, out of contempt, and out of fear of realizing that he is no longer the face of the AWF, threw both of us over the top rope and cost both of us the Rumble. Ben Hitman hates me so much. Ben Hitman hates me so much that he stared the main event of Glory Days dead in the face and threw it all away. So my question to you, Mr. General Manager Luke Andrews, is what makes you think that Ben Hitman won't do the same in the Elimination Chamber? What makes you think that Ben Hitman wants the AWF Championship, the AWF World Heavyweight Championship, more than he wants to get his hands on me? His one objective in the chamber will be ensuring that I do not become the World Heavyweight Champion. Ben is focused on me. I'm focused on getting my title back and main eventing Glory Days. The last few weeks, I've been unfairly targeted and hunted down by Ben Hitman and Fisk. The last few weeks, I've been made out to be a victim. So what I'm going to do is remind everyone who the hell I am. I'm going to remind everyone this is my show. This is my company. This is my AWF. Tonight I get even with Ben Hitman. Tonight I get even with Fisk. Tonight I get even with everyone, and I mean everyone, in the Elimination Chamber. If I'm going to be a target, then so be it. But you better not miss. And that's not just a guarantee. That is on the Dynasty.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally here for CAW All Stars.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see, getting closer? Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's the preacher and the pulpit and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brink of every wall that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night? Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watch it
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Superstar Mayhem. We got cameras backstage. That's AJ Young. AJ Young with the steel chair. And we can get a look here. It looks like that might be... That's Aether Adamus. Both of these men are going to be in the Elimination Chamber match at Meltdown for the World Heavyweight title. AJ Young's got a trash can. He's put it on the head of Aether. Oh my god. AJ Young said he was going to get even with everyone in the Elimination Chamber match. And he's starting things off with Aether. These two fought in the main event of our last edition of Superstar Mayhem. AJ Young got himself disqualified. Now what's he doing to Aether? Oh no. Oh my god, he's got him up. Don't do it. God! A powerbomb through the table. AJ Young on a warpath here tonight, and it seems his first stop was Aether Adamus. Folks, we're hopefully going to get more information throughout the show, and we'll keep you posted, but we got to move forward.
Do you smell what the rock is cooking? The rock has come back, laying down the smack on you monkey crack candy coated axe.
Here comes Evan Rockville, a man who's very familiar with AJ Young. AJ Young won the World Heavyweight Championship at Glory Days 4 when he cashed in his Money in the Bank on that man right there, Evan Rockville. Former three-time AWF World Champion is Evan Rockville. Made his return recently in the Royal Rumble match. Tried to qualify for the Elimination Chamber match at Meltdown, but he lost to Jeffrey Albritton. Evan Rockville has one more opportunity, though, to get back in the title hunt. That's at Meltdown, the $1 Million Championship match. Evan Rockville will be a part of that match, one of the two competitors representing Superstar Mayhem. Winning that $1 Million Championship, that means that you're one step away from a World Championship match. You can cash that in at any time, of course, with notice for the champion.
I've got no place to go, I've got nowhere to run. They love to watch me fall, they think they know it all. I'm a nightmare.
And unfortunately, the second competitor representing Superstar Mayhem in that match is this jackass, JMI. JMI qualifying for the match, defeating Tank. JMI was very unhappy that Evan Rockville actually did not have to qualify for the $1 Million Championship match. He was given that opportunity by General Manager Luke Andrews. Luke Andrews said, hey, well, clearly you're upset about it, so I'm going to put you guys in a match. These two are not unfamiliar with one another. They faced back at CyberSlam. In fact, I mentioned earlier, Evan Rockville made his return in the Royal Rumble match. Before the Royal Rumble, the last time we saw Evan Rockville was at CyberSlam when he faced JMI. JMI getting the submission victory that night. Put Evan Rockville on the shelf for a couple of months, but now Evan Rockville is back. We saw them collide a little bit in the Royal Rumble match, but now they're going to go one-on-one to kick off Superstar Mayhem. One of these two men could be the next $1 Million champion. These two go face to face. A lot of history here. A lot unresolved between these two. Here comes Evan Rockville. You know, he's been waiting for this ever since CyberSlam. And there's a belly-to-belly suplex. Rockville now, big boot sends JMI out to the floor. Rockville talking some trash, telling him to bring it back in there. Referee begins his count, and JMI not happy with how this match started out. Telling Evan Rockville that he wasn't ready. Now JMI back in the ring. These two go face to face once again here. Rockville went for the first shot, but JMI was able to block it. Elbow, low kick, another low kick. Went for the big clothesline, missed it though. Evan Rockville firing back with the haymakers. Into the corner. Oh, boot to the face by JMI. Big splash. Suplex by JMI. JMI, who's had an interesting past few months. We go back to SiberSlam. He beat Evan Rockville. It was a big victory for him. Then at the Survivor Series, JMI was unsuccessful in his attempt to bring a win home to Superstar Mayhem. Goes to the Royal Rumble. Unsuccessful, obviously. Did not walk out with the victory. He was not able to qualify for the Elimination Chamber match, losing to Aether Adamus here on a previous episode of Superstar Mayhem. Of course, JMI was unwilling to accept the results of that match, claiming that there was cheating and there was fraud. Most intelligent people know that he just lost fair and square. JMI now, no, not this. That was elbow drop number 3, and here's number 4. This guy's going to go all night long, dropping elbows to the back of Evan Rockville. You want to keep Evan Rockville down, I guess that's the way. Anytime he tries to get up, just drop an elbow, dig it into his back. Drop the 10 elbows to the back. Signature move there by JMI. Doesn't go for the cover. Now he does. Only a 1 count. JMI wasted a bunch of time there that he could have gone for the cover. Evan Rockville back up on his feet though. Shots to the head. Now we're going to send JMI to the ropes. JMI with the counter. Into the ropes he goes. Drops him on his knee. Rockville. The capture suplex. He's going to go for another one. Evan Rockville fired up here tonight. Now for the T-bone suplex. Evan Rockville, he could be on his way back into the world title hunt. Like I said, the $1 Million Championship really puts you one step away from it. You get that championship, it's almost inevitable that you will have an opportunity to become the world champion. The reason why it's almost is because you have to defend that championship. As Evan Rockville gets a big shoulder block from the top rope. That's the downside of the $1 Million Championship. It's not like the Money in the Bank. You don't just get to walk around and do whatever you want. You have to defend the $1 Million Championship, and you could lose that championship at any time, and you lose the perks that come with it. Whoever holds the title, they get it. They get to do what they want with it. They just have to give a week's notice to the champion and the general manager that they will be cashing in for a world title opportunity. Evan Rockville might be walking out of this match with a victory. He's got the Anaconda Vice locked in, and JMI's in the center of the ring with nowhere to go. JMI's holding on, but for how much longer can he hold on? JMI with the knees, the back of the head of Evan Rockville, able to get out of the Anaconda Vice. Now slap to the back of the head, the DDT. Elbow drop. Usually we see the elbow drop to the back. This time the elbow drop to the chest of Evan Rockville. Oh, wait, look at this. He's got him. 2. And only a 2 count. Pump handle driver by JMI. Also calls himself the Pump Handle Prince, along with several other ridiculous nicknames, like Father Nature. 2. Only a 2 count. He calls himself the most important species in the AWF. This guy's a clown. Regardless, though, you know, I talk about how Evan Rockville could be one step away from world title match. So is JMI. Like him or not, he wins that $1 million championship. He's in the world title hunt. And oh my God, big boot to the face. Down goes JMI. Oh, here we go. Ball and elbow coming up. Rockville too close to the ropes, not even going to go use the momentum, just dropping the elbow right to the heart. 2. Only a 2 count. This match continues. One hell of a way to kick off Superstar Mayhem. We saw these two go head to head back at CyberSlam, and we're seeing it right here, right now. Rockville has got JMI in a bad position. He's got the arms hooked. Oh my God! Double underhook suplex. Remember, folks, our main event tonight is a CAW All Stars World Championship match. Ben Hopkins versus Jay Krack. It's Evan Rockville. Went for the big elbow drop from the top ropes, and he got nothing. JMI able to capitalize off of the mistake of Evan Rockville, and that could be what puts him in position to pick up the victory tonight. Oh my God! Pump handle slam, the elbow to the back. JMI, very successful over his career here in the AWF. Although some misfortunes recently in the past, he's been Internet Champion, he's been United States Champion, he's been Tag Team Champion. He wins that $1 million championship. I mean, he's one step away from a Grand Slam here in the AWF. Current World Heavyweight Champion Fisk, he has that Grand Slam. He's going to be defending that title in the Elimination Chamber match. We don't even know if he's going to make it to Glory Days with the title. We don't even know if he's going to make it to Meltdown. AJ Young on a warpath tonight. Getting word that Aether Adamus is a little bit injured. He's being seen by our medical staff right now. JMI hit the face buster to Evan Rockville on the floor. No. Using the barricade. Just gotta be mindful of the referee's count, though. Smashing Evan Rockville chest first into the side of the ring apron. Stomping away. Low love between these two. I don't know how much respect is between these two either, to be completely honest with you. JMI could be setting up for the end for Rockville. Hits a big clothesline. Big splash by JMI. JMI not going for the cover, not going for one of his big moves, instead just stomping on Rockville. He's going to go for the elbows to the back again. Certainly this is effective. Going to injure the back. JMI, what's he doing? Oh wait, oh come on. We saw this several months ago, exposing the turnbuckle pad. He used his back at Cyber Slam. And oh, look at the big clothesline. He's going to try and use it again tonight. Wait a minute, what the hell is this? Don't tell me he's going to go for the ball and elbow. Oh my god, he's going to do Evan Rockville's move. Wait, Rockville's up on his feet. JMI can't believe it. Rock bottom. Down goes JMI. 2. And that's 3. JMI tried to go for Evan Rockville's ball and elbow. That gave Evan Rockville time to get up to his feet, hit the rock bottom, and that was it. Evan Rockville walking into Meltdown with momentum for that $1 million championship match. Is Evan Rockville on his way back to the main event of Glory Days. Folks, we're going to send it to Travis Turner and Amir Bates, who have some comments before their upcoming match here tonight.
A lot of people have been asking, who is Travis Turner? Who is Amir Bates? Well, I'm here to answer your questions. I'm sure that in the near future, me and Amir will become tag team champions. But that's not what's on our mind right now. What's on our mind right now is that we lost on the last episode of Superstar Mayhem. We got the perfect spot in that gauntlet, and we lost. But nonetheless, congratulations to Alex and Connor. Connor's my friend, and I'd like to wish them 2 luck at Meltdown. But tonight, me and Amir, we're in a match against Rich and Famous. We plan on getting back on the winning side of things and going back on the hunt for the tag team titles. It may be long, but I know, and Amir knows, and everybody else knows that me and Amir are here, and we're here to stay. And we are the future of this tag team division. There's no stopping the inevitable.
Select the one to fight with, get it on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Pick and choose the right one, get it on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Select the one to fight with, get it on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yes, sir. Pick and choose the right one, get it on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's time for you to get into the character. You here to lose or here to win, I'm only asking you. Either you beat him or get beaten like an amateur. Either you drive or you get driven like a passenger. The fight's around the corner, so pick the one you want to. Represent your way, go head to head with your opponent. Feel it in the air, tension is electric. The glory's imminent, this is something epic. At least for one of you, so what you gonna do? When your enemy is standing right in front of you, are you gonna lose, or are you gonna prove to everyone that never thought you win that you can rule? Cause everything is in your hands, you control it. And everything that is the past, it is over. This is now, this is everything that is. So you better make the right pick. Select the one to fight with, get it on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Pick and choose the right one, get it on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select the one to fight with, get it on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Pick and choose the right one, get it on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select the one to fight with, get it on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Pick and choose the right one, get it on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select the one to fight with, get it on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Pick and choose the right one, get it on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Superstar Mayhem. Before the break, we heard from Travis Turner and Amir Bates, who are set to be in action right now, in fact, as we await the arrival of those two young men. There they are. Travis Turner and Amir Bates making their AWF debuts following the Royal Rumble here from Superstar Mayhem. Been impressing a lot of people, including General Manager Luke Andrews. So much so, he put these two young men in the tag team gauntlet match on our last edition of Superstar Mayhem. They ended up with the last spot in the gauntlet, but unfortunately for them, they were not able to walk out with the victory. That went to Connor Greene and Alex James, who will now be challenging Wonderful Motivation for the tag team titles at Meltdown. Travis Turner extending congratulations to Connor Greene and Alex James. Of course, we all know Connor Greene, friends with Travis Turner and Amir Bates, coming up in the business together, as they say. So they were happy for their friend. But they said they're going to get back in the title hunt. They're going to focus on this match tonight, try and pick up the victory. Maybe we could see them challenge Wonderful Motivation next. Or if Connor Greene and Alex James win the titles, maybe we could see those teams collide. It's a conversation for after Meltdown. We could see Alex James in action tonight with Kevin Wunderman. So we're going to talk more about that matchup later on. Right now we got Rich and Famous, Lance Washington and Brody Rivera in the ring. They were also a part of the gauntlet match on our last Superstar Mayhem. They did not do very well. They started the match, and they lost to Big Dwayne and Dynamite. Big Dwayne and Dynamite, who were actually very impressive in that match despite falling short. Oh my good God! Big super kick by Travis Turner, and that might be it. Only a 1 count. Could have heard that one in the cheap seats. Mistake there by Travis Turner. Lance Washington able to capitalize with a boot to the face. Over the ropes he goes. Travis now heading up to the top rope. Boot. Uh-oh. Look at this. Here's the big arm drag by Lance Washington. Lance Washington and Brody Rivera, when you take a look at the win-loss record, it's certainly it doesn't look pretty. But these guys are former tag team champions. These guys have way more experience than Travis Turner and Amir Bates do. Whether it be overall experience, but specifically in tag team competition. Travis Turner and Amir Bates, they started to be the tag team here in the AWF, so they're very new to this. You gotta wonder if the lack of experience from Travis Turner and Amir Bates will cost them here tonight. And what would that do for Rich and Famous? That would certainly change the narrative. Off the ropes. Oh man! Knees to the face. Down goes Rivera. Tag to Amir. Into the ropes. Double hip toss there by Turner and Bates. You see Lance Washington really wants a tag here, senses trouble. Amir Bates now says he's gonna go for the cover after a few strikes. Is that enough? 2. Only a 2 count though. Remember, folks, our main event tonight, CAW All Stars Championship match. Ben Hopkins defending the championship against Jay Krack, AWF's Internet Champion. It's Travis Turner and Amir Bates at the double backstabber. Travis Turner and Amir Bates really made their mark back at CAW All Stars 12. They entered in the Royal Rumble match. Caught the eye of a lot of people, and clearly caught the eye of General Manager Luke Andrews, bringing them to Superstar Mayhem. Irish whip in the corner. The tag to Washington. And now, look at this. Rich and Famous just did a double backstabber of their own. I guess, hey, you know, we can do it better. Elbow drop from the middle rope. Washington headed up to the top rope. Big crossbody, wait! Travis Turner caught him. Travis Turner's got him. And out the sidewalk slam. A half Nelson suplex. Travis Turner fired up here. Throwing him in the corner. Here's a tag to his friend, his tag team partner, Amir Bates. What the hell is this? They got him up. Amato with a double high angle slam there. Haven't seen that in the last two matches we've seen Turner and Bates in. These guys are developing as a tag team as each match for them. Well, here we go, Blue Thunder Bomb. Bates doesn't go for the cover. Instead, going to go after Brody Rivera, knocking him off the apron. And there's a tag to Travis Turner. What is this? Off the ropes. Oh my God! Travis Turner hitting the Claymore kick, and Amir Bates bringing him down. The cover. 2, 3. And that's all she wrote, folks. Travis Turner and Amir Bates picking up another victory here on Superstar Mayhem. One hell of a move there. That assisted Claymore kick was enough to pick up the victory for these two young men. They want to get back into the title hunt, and this is how you kick it off. The victory here tonight. Wait a minute, folks. We're getting word that we're going to take the cameras backstage. That's Jeffrey Albritton. He's attacking Sean Riley with a steel chair. Both these men are going to be in the Elimination Chamber match at Meltdown. Riley down on the ground. That's AJ Young. But AJ now, he's got him up with the Redemption Road on the floor. He's going to have broken his back. What is going on here? Are AJ Young and Jeffrey Albritton in cahoots? This is like Jeffrey Albritton's dream right here. Is Jeffrey Albritton in the Dynasty? Certainly would change things for Meltdown if these two are on the same page. Wait a minute. AJ, Young Disaster. Well, I guess AJ Young using Jeffrey Albritton. Now he just stabbed him in the back. AJ Young's very good at that, stabbing his friends in the back. Oh, God. Sean Riley's already out. And now Jeffrey Albritton gets put through a table. AJ Young's taking out everyone in the chamber match.
Looking below, we could be free. We could be free. Finally, we could be free. I've been through the darkest of caves and suffered on the steps of the end of the road. Painted with passion, my favorite color. Over my life when the story gets old. We could be free. We
Welcome to MCW.
Last Superstar Mayhem, me and my partner Connor Greene walked into our match not knowing what would happen, just fighting for a shot at the tag team titles. A shot at being one of the best tag teams on AWF. We faced almost every tag team on Superstar Mayhem in a gauntlet match, and we knew it would be rough. We knew the odds were against us, but in the end, we won. But in order to be the best, we have to beat the best. And we get that shot at Meltdown. We know we can beat Wonderful Motivation at Meltdown and win the AWF tag team titles. Tonight, I'm going to show a little preview of what's going to happen when I face Kevin Wunderman. Gen Z shouldn't be underestimated.
And ladies and gentlemen, we had just heard from Alex James, some comments from earlier on tonight. And now we're about to see the Crash Poet in action. There he is with his tag team partner, Connor Greene. Alex James and Connor Greene, Gen Z will challenge Wonderful Motivation for the AWF Tag Team Championships at Meltdown. They will face Wonderful Motivation, but tonight we get to see a little bit of a preview, is what Alex James was talking about. Alex James going to go one-on-one with Kevin Wunderman. Alex James, no stranger to singles competition. We've seen it over in El Dorado Championship Wrestling, building up quite the run there. Also competing in the Best of the Super Juniors tournament. Actually did very well in the Best of the Super Juniors tournament. Came very close to winning. Now has another big opportunity ahead of him at Meltdown, trying to win his first championship. He's going to have to go through these two men, and they're something else, folks. Kevin Wunderman, Mo Houston. Sometimes they can be clowns, but there is a reason why those two men are the tag team champions here on Superstar Mayhem. They defeated Big Dwayne and Dynamite for those titles a few months ago. And they wanted competition. They demanded that competition be brought to Superstar Mayhem. That's why we've seen new tag teams brought to the division. We saw the big gauntlet match on the last edition of Superstar Mayhem. Right now it is going to be one-on-one. The respective tag team partners will be on the outside of the ring. Referee calls for the bell. This one is official. Here we go. Kevin Wunderman telling Alex James to bring it on. These guys lock up. Alex James, a competitor who I believe gets better every single time that he steps foot in the ring. Each time just a little bit better than the last. The fans obviously are behind Alex James, some even calling him their favorite wrestler. James with the strikes to the face. One rim blocking it. Knee to the midsection by Alex James. Oh my goodness. Big forearm shot. Alex James on the top rope looking to fly. Oh, he got caught. Kevin Wunderman now going up to the top. Oh my God! The face buster from the top. 2. Only a 2 count. This one continues, folks. This one's about momentum. Who's going to walk in the Meltdown with the advantage? Is it going to be the champions, Wonderful Motivation, or will it be the challengers, Gen Z? Both of these tag teams made it onto the CWI list for tag teams for 2020. AWF is very proud to be a part of that, and congratulations to all the teams and the competitors who made it to on all the lists. Alex James with those low kicks. Sends Wunderman into the ropes. There's a belly-to-belly suplex. Alex James, on his spare time, is a big anime fan, so I found out. You can check out what kind of anime Alex James likes when you go to his Twitter page. Although you might want to keep the kids away for that one. Shot there. Wait a minute, hold on. Alex James has turned his attention to Mo Houston. Mo Houston mouthing off over there. Talking a little crap. But that allowed Kevin Wunderman to capitalize. Shot to the midsection and now clawing at the face. Oh my God. Wunderman now, oh my goodness. Now into the cover. 2. Only a 2 count. Things have turned in favor for the one half of the tag team champions, Kevin Wunderman. It was that assist from Mo Houston that changed the direction of this matchup. Connor Greene doesn't like what he sees right now. His friend, his tag team partner, is in a world of trouble, and he's got to be careful that he doesn't want to get involved here, get caught by the referee. He might be thrown out. Same could be said for Mo Houston. Mo Houston's got to be careful. He's already interjected himself once in this matchup, and I don't know how much the referee is going to tolerate here tonight. What is this? He's got a claw, like a mandible claw locked in. Releases it. My God, and that was kind of gross. Just had his fingers in Alex James' mouth. Then he blew a kiss. That was a little gross. Someone get that man some hand sanitizer. Oh, look at this. He leaped up onto the shoulders and pounded him in the face. And it's a big European uppercut. Kevin Wunderman firing off here. Kevin Wunderman is very talented. Don't underestimate him. Oh, look at this. Alex James back up on his feet. And he's taking it to Wunderman. Running forearm shot in the corner. Alex James now on the apron. He's got something in mind. He's calling for Wunderman to get to his feet. Rolling in, hits the big neck breaker. Up on the top, moonsault. Alex James leaped up to the top rope. This kid's so good. Is it going to be enough though? No, it's not. Alex James now going up high, going to the top, looking to fly. Wunderman able to roll over. Alex James still on that top rope. He's not going to like what he sees. Big missile, dropkick. Wait, no. Wunderman moved. He actually moved out of the way. He sidestepped. Big punch to the face. Oh, man. And oh, he just got put face first into the mat. A face buster. Is he? No. I thought Kevin Wunderman had it right there. Wunderman stomping on Alex James, the Crash Poet. Up on his shoulders. Hurricane Rana, the cover, legs hooked. 2. Only a 2 count. Kevin Wunderman getting a little frustrated right now. He's wondering what he's got to do to put Alex James away. See, in a normal situation, Kevin Wunderman could tag out to Mo Houston, see if that would help and try and put this one away. But this is one-on-one. It will not be one-on-one, though, at Meltdown. The tag titles will be on the line. Alex James able to hit the crossbody from the top. Uh-oh, got the arms hooked. A double underhook suplexes, and now the big double arm DDT. Now wait, hold on, Mo Houston up on the apron. Alex James getting his face. Referee's really got to do something about that. Mo Houston keeps getting involved. Wunderman able to capitalize. Kick to the midsection. Wait a minute. Oh, God, no. He's got him. 2. Only a 2 count. We've seen Wunderman win with that before, but not enough here tonight. He had him pinned, shoulders to the mat. Alex James able to kick out. Oh, man. Big chop to the back and a kick to the chest. Belly to back suplex by the Crash Poet. And again, Mo Houston for the 3rd time up on the apron. The referees, for real, has to do something here. He's got to throw him out of here. Alex James not going to back down, telling him to bring it. He's got to focus on Wunderman. He can get his hands on Mo Houston at Meltdown. Oh, man, the big knee. Big knee connecting. Hold on. Alex James setting it up. Center of the ring. Last stanza. Last stanza is locked in. Kevin Wunderman, he's struggling. He's nowhere close to the ropes. He taps out. Alex James picking up the submission victory here on Superstar Mayhem. If Alex James is able to hit that last stanza, we will have new tag team champions at Meltdown in Gen Z. Congratulations to Alex James for the victory tonight. But folks, I'm getting word there's something going on backstage, so we're going to send it right to it.
Sucking toes every day. Oh! Look who it is. It's the man that keeps attacking all of my talent tonight. How are you, Mr. AJ Young? I get it that you consider yourself to be the franchise centerpiece of Mayhem, but I'm considering you to be the franchise dickhead of Mayhem tonight because you're taking out all my talent. Do you not understand that I have a main event to promote from Meltdown? What you're doing tonight, attacking all of my Mayhem superstars, is uncalled for. And if you keep it up, I will not have a main event for Meltdown by the end of this night. So, I'm just going to let you know right now, if what you think you're doing is you trying to get yourself handed the world title, it's not happening. I'll hand you my dick on a silver platter before I hand you that world championship. And believe me, it is in high demand. So, I have important business to attend to. My Aunt Tifa has just arrived. I need to make sure that she gets all the accommodations, the catering, everything. I need to make sure she's happy. Freaking whatever her name was, Cassandra, she called off. She didn't want to help me out, so I'm in need. I got to do all this by myself. So AJ, just please save it for Meltdown. Save it for the Elimination Chamber. I beg of you. I just save it for the Chamber.
Ruin your main event? Let's get something straight. You mean my main event. Meltdown is my click-per-view. Superstar Mayhem is my show. Welcome to the show, Luke. And, thank you for stepping in to give John Blackos a tour of my backstage area. But, maybe I should be the one going out at Meltdown with GMR to see what decision John Blackos is going to make, so I can tell him that if he chooses to come to Superstar Mayhem, he will not see a world title in his life. You're still a little new here, so I am trying my hardest to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you're not working with me. Let me explain to you how things work around here. The Dynasty runs the show. I run the show. We're the Internet Champion. We're the Junior Heavyweight Champion, and I will become the World Heavyweight Champion. And Luke, you could blame me all you want, but what's happening tonight isn't on my hands. What's happening tonight is on your hands.
You know what? No, I'm tired of being gaslit by you, AJ. I can't with all of this. You want to say that what happens tonight is on my hands? The blood is on my hands? These big, meaty clackers are going to be covered in the blood of the Elimination Chamber participants? No, that's not how it's going to go down. You see this? You're over here, thinking that you're so entitled, thinking that you're just going to have everything handed to you, that you're going to throw these tantrums, that people are going to have allegations thrown out about you. No, that's not how it works here in this circle, Mr. Young. So if it's going to be that way, you will not be able to stop Ben Hitman or Fisk tonight if they find you, because they're looking for you. They're out for blood. And the blood isn't just going to be on your hands. It's going to be everywhere. So how about you have a spanking good day, Mr. Young? I have business to attend to. Behave yourself.
Luke, you don't have to worry about stopping Fisk or Ben Hitman. That's not your responsibility because it's not your show. As the showrunner, I will go to the ring and stop them myself. Come to think of it, I don't even need to be in the ring to stop them. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a show to run and a CAW All Stars title to win. Such a busy time, right?
the truth!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wild and chaotic night. But coming up, we're about to find out the next inductee to the AWF Hall of Fame. So join me in congratulating a former AWF World Champion on joining the Hall. That being Dr. Steven Syntax.
I'm about to lose my mind. You've been gone for so long. I'm running out of time. I need a doctor. Call me a doctor. I need a doctor to bring me back to life.
I told the world one day I would pay it back. Say it on tape and let it record it so that one day I could play it back. But I don't even know if I believe it when I'm saying that. I'm starting to creep and every day it's just so gray and black. Oh, I just need a ray of that. Cause no one sees my vision when I play it for them. They just say it's whack. But they don't know what dope is. And I don't know if I was awake or asleep when I wrote this. All I know is you came to me when I was at my lowest. You picked me up, breathing life in me. I owe my life to you before the life of me. I don't see why you don't see like I do. But it just dawned on me, you lost the sun. Demons fighting you, it's dark. Let me turn on the lights and brighten me and enlighten you. I don't think you realize what you mean to me, not the slightest clue. Cause me and you were like a crew. I was like your sidekick, you gon' either wanna fight when I get off this fucking mic, or you gon' hug me. But I'm out of options, there's nothing else I can do. Cause
I'm about to lose my mind. You've been gone for so long. I'm running out of time. I need a doctor. Call me a doctor. I need a doctor to bring me back to life.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the final stop before Glory Days 5. Uprising and Superstar Mayhem come together for Meltdown. Meltdown will premiere live on the AWF 105 YouTube channel, so you'll want to be there live for that one, and this is what you'll see. Wonderful Motivation will put up the AWF Tag Team Championships against Alex James and Connor Greene of Gen Z. Two stars from Uprising, two stars from Superstar Mayhem collide for the $1 Million Championship. It's JMI, Evan Rockville of Superstar Mayhem, Jamal Bedlam and Irvino of Uprising. Who will be the next man to hold the championship that's one step away from the world title? Lewis Rivers puts up his Extreme Championship against a rising star in TJ Nicholson. Will TJ have his big moment, or will Lewis Rivers put down the Outlaw? Scott McShannon puts up his United States Championship against his rival, Damian Valentine. Damian Valentine, he has a victory over Scott McShannon. Will he get it here and win the US title? Jay Krack, who could be walking into this matchup as a double champion, will put up his Internet Championship against Walter Scott. That is, if Walter Scott is cleared and ready to go. Jay Krack already injured Walter Scott. Will he be ready to go? Will he be 100%? We're going to find out at Meltdown. And then we see this one. One more time, Matt Black puts up his Junior Heavyweight Championship against Ben Hopkins. These guys have victories over each other. Who will walk out of this one the better man? We're going to find out. Also, John Blackos makes his Glory Days 5 decision. John Blackos won the Royal Rumble. But which champion is he going to challenge? Well, General Managers GMR and Luke Andrews want answers, and they're going to get them at Meltdown in Chicago. Mason Chronic has been dominant for months, especially ever since he won the AWF World Championship, which he did in record-setting time. But but he's going to go up against a focused and determined Ultimate One, Nitro. Will Nitro have his big moment? Will he slay the bully? Will he slay the murderer and become the AWF champion? Or will Mason Chronic add Nitro as another victim? The Punisher Fisk defends his World Heavyweight Championship inside the Elimination Chamber against the former champion AJ Young, Ben Hitman, Aether Adamus, Sean Riley, and Jeffrey Albritton. Who's going to be walking into Glory Days 5 as the World Heavyweight Champion? We're going to find out who survives the Elimination Chamber match. Remember, folks, Meltdown will premiere live on our YouTube channel, the AWF 105. Stay tuned to our social media for news and updates about when we will be going live, so you can chat along during the show. Wait, hold on. That's the World Heavyweight Champion Fisk right there. And it seems like he's heading towards the ring. We've seen what has happened throughout the night with AJ Young. Wait, hold on. Speaking of AJ Young, he's got a fire extinguisher. AJ Young using a fire extinguisher on the World Champion. AJ Young's been attacking everyone in the Elimination Chamber match all night long, and it seems he has found Fisk. And now he's got a steel chair. Oh no. Oh my god, smashed into the back of the head. AJ Young views this as him getting even, but I think he's trying to make it easy for him at Meltdown. He's trying to weaken the playing field. Oh man, a kick to the face using the steel chair. Now he's got a trash can. Oh god, oh god! That sounded disgusting. AJ now. Young disaster. He's not done. What's he going to do? He's going to go for it again? He is! Oh my god, folks. Before our main event, we're going to send things to Matt Black, who has comments about Ben Hopkins.
I guess just a few things that have been on people's minds. Primarily, why did I join the Dynasty? But I have to admit, how did y'all not see it coming? Please, when you want to be the best, when you want to be the elite, you have to surround yourself with people of that caliber. And that's exactly what I did when I surrounded myself with Jay Krack and AJ Young. I put myself in a group of the status that holds that best around title, not just in AWF, but everywhere else. But it's also about creating a legacy. You see, holding this junior heavyweight title is not enough to create a legacy in the AWF. Joining the Dynasty helps in solidifying ourselves as the most dominant group in AWF's history. You see, they moved Hitman out and they upgraded to me. Trust me, the Elite One is far better than some Hitman. And the thing about that is when you surround yourself with people, you no longer have to watch your back because other people have it. And Ben, who's watching your back now? Because that brings me to a second point of this. You see, at CAW All Stars, I suffered heartbreak, sorrow, pity on myself. You see, at CAW All Stars, there was nothing more than I wanted Ben than to take that CAW All Stars title from you. And admittedly so, I failed. That's on me. But what I'm going to do at Meltdown to you, I'm going to take all of that heartbreak I experienced and turn that into pain that will be inflicted on you. Because I will not let go of this junior heavyweight title. Because see, everyone that has held this junior heavyweight title has gone on to bigger and better things, including yourself. But I'm going to take it and surpass every single one of the ones that have held it before me have. And Ben, in your match with Jay Krack tonight, don't worry. I'll be keeping a very, very close eye.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time. It's time for the CAW All Stars World Championship to be defended here on Superstar Mayhem. Folks, this is our final stop before Meltdown. And on Meltdown, this man right here could be walking in as a double champion. Jay Krack, the AWF Internet Champion, who is set to defend that title against Walter Scott at Meltdown, could be walking in as the CAW All Stars Champion. And certainly the advantage is on his side because look who's with him. The Junior Heavyweight Champion, Matt Black. Matt Black, who we just heard from comments earlier on tonight. Matt Black going to be fighting Ben Hopkins at Meltdown. Those two have a lot left unsettled there. With the arrival of the CAW All Stars Champion, Ben Hopkins, and there he is. And it looks like he's not coming out here by himself. He's coming out here with his new friend, Dorado Cruz. We saw Dorado Cruz in the last edition of Superstar Mayhem go up against Matt Black. Matt Black tried to attack Cruz after the match. Ben Hopkins making the save, and they did Ben's favorite pose in the middle of the ring. Together. I mean, when do you ever see that? But I think it's a smart decision on behalf of the champion here. Matt Black, you know what the Dynasty is going to do. At the Royal Rumble, Ben Hopkins walked in with the Junior Heavyweight Championship. But he did not walk out with the title because Jay Krack got involved at the Royal Rumble and cost Ben the title. That's why Matt Black is Junior Heavyweight Champion today. Now Ben Hopkins getting an opportunity to get his hands on Jay Krack. Of course, Ben Hopkins' CAW All Stars Championship is on the line. That's what's on the line, folks. It was very interesting because Matt Black had an opportunity to become the CAW All Stars Champion at CAW All Stars 12, a part of that Fatal 4-Way Elimination matchup. Actually ended up with Ben Hopkins and Matt Black in the final two, but it was Ben Hopkins who retained the title on that night. Wonder how he feels being on the outside, not being in this championship matchup. There's a dropkick by Hopkins. You also got to wonder for AJ Young, too. He's former two-time CAW All Stars World Champion. And look at this. Matt Black already talking trash, trying to distract Ben Hopkins. And in the early going, it's working so far. If it's like this all night long, we're going to see a new CAW All Stars Champion crowned here tonight. Ben Hopkins won the CAW All Stars Championship back at CAW All Stars 11. He defeated Brandon Wolf to win the title. Shortly thereafter, Jay Krack beat Brandon Wolf. You can see Jay laughing at Ben Hopkins after he kicked him in the face several times. You can really look back and see ever since Jay beat Brandon Wolf back at Revolutionary War, things started to change for Jay Krack. For a long time, Jay and others felt he was living in AJ Young's shadow. But that victory changed things. Jay has really stepped up. He's really become a bigger force here on Superstar Mayhem. Now, of course, he has done it by malicious and devious ways, taking out Malik Brown, possibly taking out Walter Scott as well. But he finds himself here in the main event of Superstar Mayhem in a CAW All Stars Championship matchup. Kicks by Jay Krack. Oh, he's going to go for a third. Ben was able to block it. And a kick of his own to the face. Ben Hopkins has been a fighting champion since winning the CAW All Stars title. He's held that title for about almost a year and a half now. He'd like to make it to CAW All Stars 13 with the championship, but part of being the fighting champion is you could lose in any given defense. Chop from Hopkins. I heard that Luke Andrews tried to get Jay Krack to put up his AWF Internet Championship, but Jay Krack refused to put the title on the line. Big flipping senton there by Hopkins, taking down Jay Krack. Off the ropes. Oh, look at this! Wait a minute! Into the arm breaker. He's got the arm bar locked in. Oh, Ben Hopkins is in the middle of the ring. He's got nowhere to go. I thought Jay was going to put this one away early. He had it locked in. That was unbelievable how he was able to get the armbar locked in, but Hopkins still in this matchup. Jay on the outside, Dorado Cruz looking on. Wait, hold on. What the Ben Hopkins? Diving over the top, falling on top of Jay Krack. Oh, wait a minute, what now? Look at this. Oh my God! We went him back up on the ring apron, and he dove off again onto Jay. Now these guys back in the ring. In the corner goes Krack. Big neck breaker by the CAW All Stars champion. Ben Hopkins hoping to become a double champion once again. Has that opportunity at Meltdown when he challenges for the Junior Heavyweight Championship, trying to become a two-time Junior Heavyweight Champion. A lot of people wondering, we got Matt Black out here, obviously Jay Krack out here challenging for the CAW All Stars Championship. Where's the leader of the dynasty? Where's AJ Young? You've seen him throughout the night. Hold on, Jay, he might have the victory here. Two, and only a 2 count. AJ Young claimed to be getting even on all the competitors in the Elimination Chamber match. By doing that, he has attacked everyone in the Elimination Chamber match. He's attacked Aether Adamus. He attacked Jeffrey Albritton, Sean Riley. We even saw him attack World Heavyweight Champion Fisk. One man remains. Ben Hitman, former member of the Dynasty. I'm being told, folks, that Ben Hitman is apparently going to confront this head on. He's talked to Luke Andrews. Luke Andrews earlier on tonight said he was going to let Fisk and Ben Hopkins Ben Hitman do what they had to do. We saw what happened to Fisk, but apparently Ben Hitman is going to make his way to the ring sometime after this main event. And you got to believe AJ Young is going to follow somewhere thereafter. So stay tuned to that. When this match is over, we still have more Superstar Mayhem to go. This matchup, who knows how long this could go on for. This could go on for another 30 minutes, folks. Well, is Jay trying to go after Dorado Cruz? Come on now, Dorado Cruz hasn't gotten involved at all in this matchup. Oh my God! He just hit the 12-5. Knocked the daylights out of Dorado Cruz, and now he's back in the ring. Hopkins now. Dropping with a Tiger Suplex. In the ropes goes Jay. Snap power slam. He went after Dorado Cruz, but he might have cost himself this matchup. He allowed Ben Hopkins to get back to his feet. And the momentum has been building up for the champion. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Mass appeal. Move of friendship by Hopkins. Oh, look at Matt Black now on the apron, distracting the referee. Hopkins knocking Matt Black off the apron. Looking down at Matt. Look at... Oh! Springboard dropkick takes the junior heavyweight champion down, but Ben took a rough fall on that one. Able to get back to the ring. He's going up to the top rope. He doesn't see Jay. Jay with a shot there. Oh God. Ben's in trouble. Falcon Arrow from the top rope. The momentum is shifted here in this CAW All Stars Championship matchup. Ben was able to block that. Look at that. Off the ropes, hitting the enziguri. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our main event tonight for Superstar Mayhem. CAW All Stars Championship on the line. Very few men have held that CAW All Stars Championship. Likes of Quicksilver, Lubu, CJ Hawkins, The Goonie, AJ Young, Brandon Wolf, and Ben Hopkins have held the title. Will Jay Krack add his name to that list, that legendary list of names? AJ Young being the only man who's held the title twice. Snap power slam by Hopkins. And down goes Jay. Hopkins now heading up to the top rope. What's he got in mind here? He's going for an elbow drop. Uh-oh, he's tuning up the band. Sweet Ben music. 2. Oh, there's only a 2 count. Ben Hopkins has retained the CAW All Stars Championship with that move in the past. To no avail here tonight. Oh, he's looking for Descent to Madness. Here we go. He got it. Well, Matt Black up on the apron. Ben had him pinned there. That should have been it. But he's distracting the referee. But look, Dorado Cruz. Dorado Cruz sending Matt Black packing, sending him off the apron. All hell is broke loose in this matchup. Look at Cruz. Dorado Cruz flying over and taking out Matt Black. Wait, hold on. Ben took his eye off the ball. It allowed Jay to get to his feet. And DDT by Jay. Elbow drop to the chest. He takes Ben down. Oh man, this is just to taunt him. That slap to the head. Ben Hopkins had Jay pinned. I believe he was down for the count. Now he's going to set up 12-5. He's going for it, but he missed. Wait, hold on. Ben, he's got Jay pinned. Shoulders to the mat. That's 3. And Ben Hopkins getting the hell out of here. Able to barely escape with the CAW All Stars Championship. Oh, wait, hold on. Don't turn your back. Jay's right behind you. Jay Krack taking Hopkins back into the ring. Dorado Cruz and Matt Black are out on the floor. Oh, God. Oh, no. Well, he's got the arm breaker locked in. Beautiful December. He's going to take out another individual. Matt Black's going to have the night off at Meltdown thanks to Jay Krack. He's got the CAW All Stars champion locked in the armbar. The referee can't get Jay to let go. Jay's got it locked in. He's going to break his damn arm. Wait a minute. Can it be? That's the music of Walter Scott. And there he is. He's still here. Walter Scott is here tonight. And he looks to be mostly alright. He looks to be ready to go for Meltdown to challenge Jay for the Internet Championship. And Walter heading to the ring. And he takes down Jay. Thankfully, Ben Hopkins able to get out of here. Hopefully no severe damage has been done to his arm. And we went for the Great Scott Elbow, but Jay able to get out of harm's way, and now he's leaving like a coward. We're going to see Jay Krack and Walter Scott go head-to-head for the Internet title at Meltdown, and we could be looking at the next Internet champion. Now let's hear from the Knockout Artist.
Hey, listen, you dumbass motherfucker. What is it with you and trying to put everybody on the shelf, huh? Why don't you try to do that to me again? Because I'm cleared for Meltdown. And you're gonna take that GSC, and I'm gonna take that title.
Walter Scott saying he's going to take the Internet title at Meltdown. He's going to hit the Great Scott Elbow and end the reign of Jay Krack. Folks, when we come back, Ben Hitman is going to be on his way out here.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people
To see if we could become something more.
So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
I am inevitable.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Superstar Mayhem. Before we go off the air tonight, we were promised that Ben Hitman would be on his way out here, and now we await the arrival of the former 10-time world champion. And there he is. We kicked off the night with AJ Young, a very angry AJ Young, saying that he's going to get even with the competitors in the Elimination Chamber match, specifically Fisk and Ben Hitman. Throughout the night, we've seen AJ Young go after Aether, take him out. Saw him go after Jeffrey Albrecht and Sean Riley, took them out. Fisk was on his way to the ring. You gotta believe he was coming out here looking for a fight with AJ, but he got taken out. Ben Hitman is the only one left standing. He's not going to make it very hard for AJ to find him. Ben Hitman made his return to the AWF in the Royal Rumble match, eliminated AJ Young, and AJ Young believes that Ben Hitman is not focused on becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. He believes he's solely focused on making sure that AJ is not the champion. Ben Hitman, he made it clear to Fisk that after he went through AJ, he was going to go try and become an 11-time champion, and oh, look at this. We're not wasting any time. That's AJ Young's music. We're going to see these two go head-to-head. We've been waiting for a long time for this one. Wait a minute, hold on. Our camera's got AJ Young in the crowd. He's been sneaking around all night and attacking people, and there he is. Ben Hitman, he sees him. AJ's not going to be able to sneak up on him here. These two going face-to-face, former members of the Dynasty together. AJ still leading the Dynasty. Ben Hitman no longer in it. One of these two men could be the next World Heavyweight Champion following Meltdown. They're both in the Elimination Chamber match. As if they make it to Meltdown. AJ throws the first strike attempt, but Ben Hitman going after AJ. And down goes AJ. You gotta believe everyone who was viciously assaulted tonight wants to see Ben Hitman tear apart AJ Young. It was several months ago that AJ Young dropped Ben Hitman head first on the exposed turnbuckle. This will put Ben Hitman on the shelf. He came back, and he's been going after AJ Young ever since. He's just battling out on the floor. AJ in trouble. Oh my God! A second German suplex on the floor. Ben Hitman, he's going over. He's got a steel chair. Steel chair in hand. This isn't a match, folks. Anything goes here. This is just a fight. Wait, AJ blocking the steel chair strike. Oh, wait a minute. AJ Young going low. We saw him do that to Aether on our last edition of Superstar Mayhem. That time he got disqualified. But this isn't a match. Hitting the low blow. Now he's got the steel chair. He's beating the hell out of Ben Hitman. AJ Young used Ben Hitman for years to get to the top of the mountain, become the world champion. And when he didn't feel there was need for Ben Hitman anymore, he kicked him to the curb. AJ Young getting Ben Hitman into the ring. And he's got a second steel chair. AJ in the ring. We got a referee out here, but the referee is not stopping this. Not sure what to do here. AJ just smashed a chair to the back of the head of Ben Hitman. Could have given him a concussion. What's this? What's AJ doing? Oh my... AJ Young's got the sharpshooter locked in. That's Ben Hitman's signature maneuver. He's got the sharpshooter locked in. Add an insult to injury here. AJ Young's got Ben Hitman locked in the sharpshooter. AJ Young releases the hold. But you gotta wonder what damage was done here tonight. Not only to Ben Hitman, but all the competitors in the Elimination Chamber match. Did AJ Young soften up the competition? And if he did, does that mean AJ Young is on his way to winning back the World Heavyweight Championship and getting back to the main event of Glory Days? Folks, we hope you join us for Meltdown, the final stop before Glory Days 5. Stop Rising Superstar Mayhem coming together. You don't want to miss it. We'll be premiering live on YouTube. So don't miss it, folks. We'll see you there.